Well, I thought today was Super Bowl Sunday. When I woke up this morning, I said they're playing the Super Bowl today, and I had no clue whatsoever that this was the this was the off week. Oh my goodness, just unbelievable. Oh man, what was the last football game you watched, honey? You were a big football. You tried to play football. Didn't you try to play football? Didn't you try to play football in high school?
I did, but
What happened?
they wouldn't let me play because I was a girl. Then the next year they
Yeah, but
had a girl.
understand. Understand. So the next year after they ran you out of the whole thing,
Hmm.
they let some other girl come and play.
Yeah, she turned
How
out.
did you react?
I wasn't happy, but yeah, it happens.
Now, what
It would
position?
have saved me from doing a lot of things that I had done that I shouldn't have.
Oh, what do you mean? What do you mean? But while playing football?
Yeah, I would have been more interested in playing football than doing the things that I
Oh,
ended up
oh, oh. So
doing.
okay. So you accomplished more because you didn't play any football.
Right.
All right. What position?
I was just wanting to get in there with anything. I was good at kicking and everything else. So
Place kicker?
mhm.
Wow. Wow, that's pretty good.
With the hips that I had, yeah.
No, that's pretty good.
But when I was younger, I was able to run and do those things. I can't even do anything now.
You can. You can. You don't try hard
No.
enough, I know. But a place kicker, that's a very valuable, extremely valuable position. That's you need a good place kicker. A team can live or die on the face of the place kicker. That's for sure. Those guys were in so there used to be a guy named Jan Stenerud,
Okay.
Kansas City Chiefs, number 3. The greatest kicker of all time. There was a guy named, uh, what was the guy? Garo Upremian for the Miami Dolphins during the same period, and it's soccer style. I think the first 2 guys to ever kick soccer style. The other place kickers would always kick
The side
straight
of the foot,
forward,
right?
but like you line
Mhm.
up 3 steps back, 3 steps wide, and you kick on the side, just like the instep, the soccer thing. And prior to that, just straight on,
Mhm.
they would kick. And I'm sorry, honey, these soccer style kickers, they actually lengthen the field goals maybe 10, 15 yards. So 35-yarder was questionable. 35-yarder became a chip shot, and a 50-yarder was possible.
It's been many years.
We're
I
talking
don't
football,
even
honey. We're talking
I
football.
just don't have it in me anymore.
I'm talking football with my baby. How about that?
It
My
is.
goodness.
You
What?
know, I I just I have no I don't care for it at
It's a
all.
brutal game. It's a violent game.
After
It's a
Peyton was
concussion.
done, I was done.
Peyton Manning?
Yeah.
Peyton Manning, the king of all commercials. This guy has made more commercials. He has made more commercials than any human being. I think Gardner, Garner. James Garner, the actor, made a heck of a lot of camera commercials. And Bill Cosby made a lot of Jello commercials. But our friend Peyton Manning, oh my goodness, he is the king.
He does every
Like he needs the
commercial.
money. He really needs the money. That I feel for him. He
He
needs
does
the money.
insurance, cookies,
The whole Manning,
boats, and
the whole Manning family needs the money. I know you. Yeah, do some more commercials there, Peyton. But that's.
I like Peyton. He's funny and he really makes me laugh a
Do you
lot.
remember the film, um, the hand that rocked the cradle? The bad girl in the film was named Peyton,
Oh, yeah, that woman.
and the kid kept saying, "Peyton, Peyton,
I
I
didn't
want Peyton, Peyton," and then
you
she
know,
would do you remember?
I do. I don't like that movie, and it's because I never liked her. I always thought she was just bad. Bad at everything she ever did.
Who's that?
The woman that played Peyton.
Oh, what was the woman that played Peyton on The Hand That Rocked the Cradle? Anybody know?
Rebecca.
Rebecca Monet,
She
Duzay,
mm,
Grouchet,
okay, it's right
Musée,
there.
Crochet. Oh,
I can't
Mornay, Rebecca Mornay, Elephant, of course. This man knows more useless material than any human. No, he knows everything. Elephant knows everything. My man, Elephant. I remember a kicker on the Eagles who kicked barefoot. You got it. I don't know his name. He's in Bellevue Hospital right now in a straitjacket.
remember Bob, the one that used to message you all these
Bob, oh, there's a
do
guy.
you
There was a
think
guy,
that's him?
Bob, when I was on the radio. There was a guy. No, it's
No.
not. It's not. I can tell Bob. There was a guy, Bob, on the radio. I would talk about the most esoteric topic. I would pull it right out of my ass. And this guy, Bob, gave me 3 paragraphs, but voice wise, he'd call and give me 3 paragraphs, whatever topic. I could talk about plumbing. I could talk about, I don't know,
Medical, anything.
oceanography. I could talk about the pancreas.
Mhm.
This guy was on top of his game. Oh, he was on top of his game. Rebecca Monet. I am an endless well of useless
Mornay.
information. D. Monet. D. Monet.
Morne.
There was a guy who set a field goal record for the Saints, Tom Dempsey. Jack Dempsey was the boxer. The boxer was Jack, but Tom Dempsey had a steel toe. He cheated. Tom Dempsey cheated. He cheated, and he kicked a 63-yard field goal with a steel toe.
I like what Elephant
What
said.
is that?
Elephant just said, I am an endless well of useless information.
Elephant's
I
a-
offer you nothing and
Ele-
I succeed.
Elephant's a ton of knowledge because his name is Elephant. Tony Franklin was the kicker. Tony Franklin. My favorite football player, my favorite football team of all time, Minnesota Vikings. The 1969-70 Minnesota Vikings. Joe Cap. And then again, the 1975-76 Vikings, Fran Tarkenton, Chuck Foreman, Paul Krause, Alan Page. Those were my guys. Why? Most kids, like myself, how we are drawn to a football team. We like the helmets. We enjoy the insignia on the helmets. That's how we're drawn to these football teams. You notice that? What do we got here? Come on. Somebody said, come on.
Yeah, he put this in. Sit.
Dempsey had a half a foot. Dempsey actually had a half a foot. His foot was amputated after some kind of crackpot accident. Had a half a foot. He's got a steel toe. He kicks a 63-yard field goal, and they call him a great kicker. Give me a break. Yes. What's that? Quite a feat. That's very good. Quite a feat. There's trouble afoot. Let me tell you, that is a big time feat when you kick a 63-yarder. And the Saints, the also-rans of the NFL, circa, what was that, 1972? Circa 1972, the Saints were as bad as they come. Archie Manning was the quarterback, if I remember. I think Archie was the quarterback. That's Peyton's father, by the way, way before your time.
I know who he is.
Long before your time.
I know who he is.
Long before. Long before you ever thought of. My wife was born in I was born in 1928. And I look pretty good, right? I was born in 28. My wife born in 1935. Well preserved individuals. I imagine if Jackson Dart and Raphael Devers had lunch together. I don't know what you're talking about, but yeah, Jackson Dart. Can you get a better name? There was one name better than Jackson Dart ever. Hawthorne Wingo, New York Knicks. Hawthorne Wingo has the best all-time sports name, right? Am I right? Ever, ever. You can't beat Hawthorne Wingo. Give me a good sports name, and I'll give you a Hawthorne Wingo to counteract your name. Hawthorne Wingo, honey. New York Knickerbockers. Maybe 1973, 4, 5, 6, something like that. I have no idea.
I
My
have no
favorite
idea what you're talking
my favorite Knickerbocker, honey. You wanna know my favorite Nick of all time? Walt Clyde Frazier. Number 10. Cindy's a big basketball fan. Huge, huge.
Oh, yeah?
She's Bob Cousy is actually Cynthia's stepfather. I mean, not stepfather, actually chronological father. Bob Cousy. Am I right? Bob Cousy, player manager for the Cincinnati Royals. Oh, oh. Anyway, so what's going on? What do you need to know from me? Aha, Slick Watts. Slick Watts. I am an endless well of useless information. I love Frazier on the net. Of course, you love Frazier. Felix. Frazier was the guy. Clyde was unbelievable. There was a game back in 1969, I think December in 69. The Knicks were down 105 to 99 or 98. About 1 minute on the clock, maybe 150, maybe 130, something like that. Clyde stole the ball 3 times in the course of a minute and a half, and the Knicks win 106 to 105. That was the turning point. They were on to a good season. That was the turning point to a championship, Felix. Felix the Cat, championship. Felix Unger, championship. Championship. 106, Bob Wolf, 106 to 105. Cal Ramsey was there with a pushed in nose. Cal Ramsey's nose, nothing racial, nothing ethnic. Shut up. Anybody? Cal Ramsey, when he turned sideways, his nose looked as though somebody gave him a knuckle sandwich and knocked his nose halfway into his face.
Kinda like half the Irish. You see Irish
Oh, the Irish slur.
well,
Oh
they
my
m
God.
listen, majority of the Irish have broken noses because they don't care
You
about getting
cannot.
hurt.
You're so right. You can't. An Italian like myself will go down. I'll go down like a shot. You hit me in the face, don't do it. You hit me in the face, I'll go right down. An Irishman, they actually lead with the face. They lead with forget the Duke. They lead with the face. They have a you could pound them in the head about 500 times and they come up swinging. A concussion waiting to happen. My goodness. But football is a concussion delivery system. I mean, don't tell me differently. Football, you get conked in the head 9,000 times and you come back for more. 106 to 1. Is that not 105 to 100? Yeah, 106 to 105. That's right. Coco Crisp. Who is that again? World Be Free. Anybody know World Free's actual name? World Free, the guard, one of the best guards of all time, very selfish player, took 1,000 shots a game. But World Free was named his real name, Elephant Layout, because Elephant knows everything. Elephant Layout. Oh, gee, see? See what I mean? I ask a question to 13 people, and our friend hogs the airwaves. Lloyd Free. Lloyd Free. Very good. Very good. But my team, boy, DeBuscher, Bradley. Oh, Mike Reardon, Dave Stallworth, Dick Barnett. Don't you love it, babe? Oh my gosh. You're bowing out of the sport, but let's go back to your football career. Let's go back when you were under center and you were barking signals. Good for the top, up, up. Right? No.
No.
It's my wife Cynthia, if you don't know. And so what else? You want to talk movies? The finest movie The finest thriller of all time. The greatest thriller of all time. What is the all-time best thriller? Your opinion, sweetheart. The greatest thriller. You're there at the edge of your seat. You're peeing your pants. And the other things happening too. You're just you need the greatest thriller.
Thriller?
The greatest thriller. Don't tell me Michael Jackson's album. Michael Jackson just squeaked. He just squeaked. I wasn't a big Michael Jackson. He just squeaked a lot.
I can't think of any.
Marathon Man, 1976.
That was a thriller?
Oh, yes. Dustin Hoffman, Roy Scheider, The Great Olivier,
Not in my generation. It wasn't a thriller.
William Duvain. What's your Psycho? How about Psycho? 1960 Hitchcock. Psycho. The shower
There
scene.
wasn't really any good ones.
Every time I take a shower, I think of Psycho. You know what's the best thing about Psycho? I'm all jacked. I'm sorry. I'll calm down. The best thing about Psycho is when they hand her the money. She's got 40 grand or something.
He won't calm down.
She got 40 grand, right? She got 40 grand. And she actually takes off with the 40 grand. And they're in the studio in this fake green screen behind them. And she's in the studio. When you drive a car, you don't have to do, even in the old days in 1960, driving on a straightaway, you don't have to do this. But Hitchcock probably said to what's her face, come on, give me a little bit more. Come on, give me. So she's driving down the free, and everything is ringing true. Everything's beautiful, except for this when she's driving away with the 40 grand and she buys a car. The Exorcist, not a thriller. When Linda Blair tried to look behind her, she didn't even have to turn her shoulders. She just, she did that thing. Ay, 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 Linda Blair. That destroyed Linda Blair.
That was a good horror movie.
It was very good because the devil is always good marquee. You want the devil.
I would think, I know you don't like this actor for some reason.
Go ahead.
And it's so weird that you don't.
Go ahead.
I do like Constantine. It's more of a thriller horror
Right.
movie.
Who's in it?
Keanu Reeves.
Oh, Keanu Reeves. Keanu Reeves. Who told him he could act? Who told Keanu Reeves he could act? But I know you like. Now, what's the best thing she?
Just spit on me.
What's the best thing Reeves? What's the best? I'm an opinionated guy. What's the best thing Reeves has ever done ever?
Everything but Bill and Ted.
Bill and Ted?
I didn't like Bill and Ted.
Bill and Ted's Great Adventure? What is that? No.
Excellent.
Excellent. Is that what it was?
And at that time, the only reason I watched it because I thought, oh, George Carlin's on it. It's going to be raunchy or something. No.
I saw Keanu Reeves in The Devil's Advocate with Pacino. Pacino was off his rocker in that film. Just way over the top. Devil's Advocate. I don't know what he's doing. He's doing a Son of a Woman combined with Serpico all at once.
Too much, but
Keanu Reeves was so bad in Devil's Advocate, it was laughable. He was you could not buy for a minute his role of an attorney in that film. Not for a minute.
I think right up. I have 3 of the John Wick movies.
Okay.
Do you think I could get him to watch one?
John
No.
Wick? What's a John Wick? What is a John? What is that about?
I told you he's like
Tell me again.
An agent that wants to go into retirement, but all of this stuff brings him out of retirement. Personal stuff and everything else, and he has to fight these people. And he's a great fighter in this movie. I think that this is one of his best too.
Are there silly special effects?
Just fighting.
Just fighting?
But you don't like fighting.
No, I like fighting. I like when it's masterfully done. His dog got killed.
His
Whose dog?
dog
Yeah.
in the movie.
Yeah.
His wife his late wife left him a gift, which was a puppy.
Right.
These bad guys kill that puppy. He goes out to get revenge.
Oh, so the whole thing
It gets
hinges
personal.
the
Yeah.
whole thing hinges on the puppy killing. Hey, if they killed my puppy, I'd go on a John Wick tear, you know, with the puppy. You
I think
can't
it's a great movie.
you
A great series. You know. Yep.
it's a good genre. John Wick. What do you think of, the greatest cruise movie of all time?
None.
All the Right Moves. I think I said this last week. I'm sorry, I'm repeating. All the Right Moves, the football movie. The football
Maybe
movie.
the very first Mission Impossible was good. That was kind of good, but that's it.
Your favorite
I
guy's
don't
coming
like him.
your favorite guy's coming to ABC, I'm told by my friend, but I knew that already. But your favorite guy's coming to ABC, Andrew Cuomo, former governor. The nursing home scandal, who cares? Put him on the radio. The great Andrew Cuomo, who cares? I can't stand Andrew Cuomo. I'm sorry. Droning on and on and on, the manage.
You gotta go up there and rip out his nipple ring, make him shut up.
Michael, yeah, that's the thing. He's actually got a nipple ring.
He's got one in
He's
each.
got he did a press conference. He's got a nipple ring. Got a nipple ring. Nipple
both.
ring.
He has them both.
Ay, ay, ay. My God, that's going to be riveting radio, my friend says. All right, we have Felix, we have Hirsch. Bet you like Michael Mann films. Heat, Collateral, Last of the Mohicans, Eyes Wide Shut. Oh, good stuff, good stuff. My favorite film of all time is On the Waterfront, 1954. The great Brando, the great Eva Marie Saint, the great Rod Steiger, the great Lee J. Cobb, the great.
We get it. Well, they're all great.
If everybody's great, nobody's great. Hoboken, New Jersey. Shot in Hoboken, New Jersey. My goodness.
Which used to be great.
They played like it was Brooklyn. They made people think that it was Brooklyn, but it was not Brooklyn. It was Hoboken, my home state, Hoboken, New Jersey. I grew up in Paterson, New Jersey. The mean streets of Paterson.
Who's Sal from Yonkers?
Sal, what's happening there, Sal? How are you? Tell me some names so I can say hi. I can't see.
Oh, we got
Felix.
Jerry, Felix.
Gary.
Jerry.
Oh, Jerry, I'm sorry.
Say that word here. Andy.
Andy?
I think that's Hirsch.
Hirsch, yeah. Hirsch.
Okay.
Andy's from when Aunt B would call Andy, Andy, it was a beautiful thing. Who else is there? Okay. Well, we'll talk film, how about music? Let's talk a little music.
You just really made my ear ring.
How about a little your earring? I made your earring ring. How about a little music? The greatest fusion band of all time, as opposed to the greatest progressive rock band of all time, as opposed to the greatest Kathy Hochul Kathy Hochul she is fantastic.
She's like retreaded.
I mean, Hochul, she's the hayseed of all hayseeds, our friend Kathy Hochul. How does she become, how she became governor? Governor Cuomo, in his great wisdom, said, I need somebody that's not going to draw any attention. You won't even notice this woman. No matter how hard you look, you'll never notice this woman. I need somebody who's not going to draw attention from me, Cuomo was saying. And he said, let's go with Hochul.
Ira from Staten Island.
Ira's there?
Let's talk about the upcoming Jets season.
Okay, we have Ira. Is that really Ira? Okay,
That's
Ira, if I knew about the Jets, if I knew the Jets, buddy, this is the famous Ira from Staten Island, who never once commented on me. I've said his name a few times. I think he said my name a few times. Inevitably, after Ira, I would be the next guy on the telephone.
Oh.
You banged your knee. You okay, sweetheart?
Jesus.
I'm sorry, baby. The whole thing shook. My goodness. You okay?
Yeah.
Oh my, she's singing. Oh my gosh.
Clamp.
Sorry, honey. You want me to kiss it?
No, it's okay.
All right.
It's got a great big
I'll
gash
kiss your
there.
boob. I'll
It's
make it
alright.
better, sweetie. I'll make it better. If I knew about the Jets, I would talk about the Jets. I can't name one guy on the Jets, and that's the truth. I have Beningo on my channel all the time. I fake it. I don't I don't know a thing about the Jets. All I know is the coach, and the coach is over his head, Ira. Am I right or wrong? Will this coach, why did they not they wondering why did they not go full throttle and fire the guy? Ira, tell me why? Why?
Jerry says, "I'm watching from Bergen County, New Jersey. You missed it. Been in the teens and with snow the past
Hey,
10
by
days."
the way, I don't. Hey, eat your heart out. It's cold here today. Incidentally, very cold here today. Something like 35, 6, 7, 8. Very cold for south of the border.
Since my surgeries, I get freezing cold if it drops below
I
40.
know. I know. I know.
I have to have like the heating pad and everything else just to
You
keep me
you'd
together.
actually never know it,
Mhm.
but between the two of us, we've had 444 surgeries between the two. I've had about 200 of those surgeries. The rest, my beautiful wife. We've had a surgery for I she has had every part of her body surgically removed. She's nothing but a shell right now.
Pretty
There's
much.
no innards, there's no body part, there's nothing here.
I have no gallbladder, no appendix,
It's
no
just
reproductive system, nothing.
no, it's just and I'm 65 and my wife is 51 and she has been through it. I'm telling you. As far as the Jets quarterback, Mount Willis gives him a chance. Hurst, Hoko is still going to win. You're right about that. Hurst, you're on target. Hoko will win. Hochul will win election, no doubt about it. Jets fan also. I think get rid of the owner. Kids out there running their team. Bunch of
Thank you,
12-year-olds
Seth.
with them. First time going to fun. What did Sal say?
First time living in Florida, I turned the heat on.
Hey, by the way, I
I get
thought
nervous with you having water.
I thought Florida. I thought Florida. It was so silly. I was here in 1979 playing a little baseball. I thought Florida was no matter. I didn't know about the time change. That was one thing. Where we are, there's a time change on the panhandle. It's actually, what time is it? Is it 3:30? 3 o'clock here? 4 o'clock by good old New York, something like that? I think so. Um, First time living, Jets fan as far as the quarterback, I love when Sliwa called, Cuomo, Andrew, Evil Eyes Cuomo. Oh, I got a bone to pick with our friend Chris. Hey, Chris, I'm not deleting you, Chris. I don't want to throw our dirty laundry on everybody. I'm not deleting you. When your message magically disappears, it's not me. YouTube has a way of doing some cockamamie things. I am not deleting you. I love you. When you stood up for me with the other momos that want to get me, I'm very, very happy you do that. Even though you made a remark where you gave me a good zinger to somebody else. Don't think I didn't see it, but that's okay. I don't mind.
It's
I don't
it's
mind.
it's something to do with
He's a good
YouTube.
man.
We're not deleting any of
We
your
don't delete you
comments.
unless you call me a fucking asshole. Anybody, I'm not going to delete you. If you call me a fucking asshole, I may call you a fucking asshole back, and then we delete you.
3 times?
I don't curse, but I just want to, get my point across. I'm not a cursor. I don't fucking curse. I mean, I don't I know I don't. I really don't.
Oh,
I don't curse.
stop.
No, I really don't. I think
I'm
it
the one that
I think
curses,
it's
not
small. I
you.
think it's small. I think it's small.
I'm the
Um
angry one.
yeah, but 4 Eastern here most okay, right. When I came down here, I was banging my watch and I was saying to myself, what's going on, man? An hour? We're an hour behind? It's actually nice. It's
Yeah,
actually
he's
nice.
right. I think YouTube deletes comments when you respond to someone sometimes, and he's right. It's hard to. I mean, even when we go back and do it again, it still doesn't show up. So it's not us. It's something to do with YouTube. I swear to you.
Did you hear Cindy? The last phrase reminded me of Steely Dan. Go back and do it again. It's very good.
I do like that song.
Very good. So that video about Craig Carton, it brought out all the Craig Carton supporters,
I left my few jabs in there. I replied to a few of them, and it
brought out
was,
all the athletic supporters,
I thought they were pretty good.
all the athletic supporters for Craig Carton. It was beautiful. It was wonderful. They were paying homage to our bald friend. Isn't he great? He deserves it. He deserves everything he gets. You
He
understand?
really does look like a weasel,
Actually, you know what? I
but
don't
I don't know.
I don't dislike the guy, but he's not a good radio guy. I am sorry. His voice is too gravelly. Voice matters. There's actually something to be said about voice on the radio. Voice has to mean something, and he knows nothing. And he talks over everybody the way I talk over Cindy. Um, cut
That's why
my
I shut my mouth.
can't buy a thrill goodbye. No, I don't. I would never, never, never. But what is the greatest comedy ever? The greatest comedy ever. I'll give you a Woody Allen film. Broadway Danny Rose.
I do like that one.
1986 or 5. Annie Hall. The great Woody again. Woody got shafted. Woody Allen got shafted in this country. Woody Allen has to make movies abroad now. He has to make them about abroad now. It's really not very nice. But the great Woody Allen, he's about to turn 90. I think he is 90. And he can't make a film in his own country. It's really pathetic. And he did not, I don't think he molested his stepchild. I think Mia Farrow wanted to give it to him good. I
Boy,
don't
didn't
think
she
he did
get ugly
anything.
over the years, though? Ooh,
Mia Farrow
she looks
used to have that
heinous.
little, she used to go with Frank Sinatra for a short time back in the old
It
days.
looks like her eyes kind of separated a little bit.
Yeah, her eyes actually started out here and they ended up by her ears, honey. They were by her ears, sweetheart. And when she had to look at when she looked at somebody, she had to,
It was like a fisheye
she had
view.
to, she said, let me get a closer look. Let me get closer. Now I can see it. Sinatra married Farrow. You're right. I'm sorry about that. You're right about that, Chris. Ralph, who was your
Poor
favorite all-time?
Sinatra.
My favorite all-time sports announcer? My favorite all-time sports announcer. Who was my favorite all-time? It's got to be Marv. That's a bad answer because he's so popular, but it's got to be Marv, but not Marv later.
What about
Marv
Madden?
Marv doing Ranger games in 1971. That was my favorite Marv.
What about Madden?
Color commentary.
I like
He was. He was. I saw Madden in Central Park one time, and he's walking. I didn't say anything. I don't approach anybody, but I didn't say anything. He turns, right? Because I had a gym bag with me, and he said, "I got the same bag." And I said, "Oh, really?" And I knew the whole time, and I swear he wanted to be recognized. He wanted me to say, "Coach Madden, Coach Madden, Coach Madden." I don't do that.
I would've.
I could see the Pope, I could see the president. If Trump walked by right now, I would ignore him. I don't give a hoot. I don't care. But no, seriously though, I used to always see Roberta Flack in Central Park. I would on a regular basis, these people, I would see who was the one with Bogey. You must remember this. A kiss is still a kiss. Who was the one with Bogey? I used to see her. She lived on Central Park West. I used to see her in Central Park constantly. Her name escapes me.
He traveled by bus and he got everywhere that he needed to
Lauren
go.
Bacall. Lauren Bacall. Yes, Lauren Bacall. I would see Bacall, Roberta Flack. I saw John Madden a few times. Who else would I see constantly? Oh, Katie Couric, for whatever reason. Yoko Ono. I said, Yoko Ono was smoking in Central Park once at Sheep's Meadow, and I can't stand smoke, and you can't smoke in Central Park, as far as I know. So I'm in Sheep's Meadow, and she's over there smoking, and I said something to her, and we had a little back and forth. Very, very nice woman. After she tore me to shreds for criticizing her, she turned out to be a very, very nice woman. Very nice.
Do you like tattoos? Chris wants
No, no,
to
you'll
know.
never see a tattoo on me. No tattoos. My wife has 2, 3. I have
Can't
I
get it
have
in there. There we go. There's one.
I have
Another.
no tattoos. No tattoos. No piercings. I don't pierce. I don't tattoo.
I'm surprised that he
My
even went with me because he doesn't like them.
my beautiful wife's the exception. My father always said, "Hey," my father he talked like this. "Hey, if you get a tattoo, don't come back in this house. Don't you dare come back in this house if you get yourself a tattoo. Don't you dare." He was very dead set against tattoos. Very just on my girlfriend. No, just on my beautiful wife. Because every single time when I no, he hated that. If I once had a girlfriend, this is before you ever, I think you weren't even born yet. I once I once that's how old I am. I once had a girlfriend that came to meet my father with a tattoo. Hey! As soon as she walked out the door, she left. Hey! My father. What is this with the tattoo? What are we talking about with the tattoo? He would do that, right? And I'd say, Dad, I'm not serious. I'm not serious with that person.
Can I answer this
Yeah,
question
please
here?
do.
Um, well, why would a woman get a tattoo? Well, the reason why I did was this one. I don't. This one right here has a clock on there, and it has a date, and it's the time and day that my best friend was born. And this one is for my daughter, Courtney. That's why. That's
And
why
this one,
women do what they do.
yeah. Well, if they're significant,
It's the heart.
if they're actually significant, I could see maybe, but when you're covered and when you're pierced
Some women do that. They
and
just do it just for because they want to be gross.
and there's an obsession where 1 is never enough, 2 is never enough, 14 is never enough. I don't know. To me, it's trailer park. I'm not really into it.
What I don't get is why they put spacers in their ears and their nose and their lips and their cheeks. It's disgusting.
Somebody says here, my friend Jerry said, a tattoo is like putting a bumper sticker on a Ferrari. Very good. Very good. Why would I do that? But I understand why people do it because and in fact, they actually get off on the feeling of getting tattooed. They dig the pain of the tattoo. Meanwhile, if they started to bzzz, bzzz, in my arm, not gonna happen. Not gonna Aren't you glad that I didn't now look at my arm, right? Look at my arm, right? Now, aren't you glad that there's nothing here? All there is.
It's beauty.
No, all there is just plain skin the way whoever it was up there intended. Anybody believe in God? Let's talk God. You want to talk God?
All right.
Want to make some enemies quickly? Want to make a bunch of enemies? Let's talk about God. Um, Nose ring. Now, nose rings are very, very attractive. Man, when I see somebody with a nose ring, oh my God, oh, it's beautiful. Can you imagine somebody actually taking the time and going into a special place, and saying, you know what I want? I'm not satisfied with anything in my life. Please drive a stake. Can you drive a stake right through my nose, right here, and I'll be a happy woman? Drive a stake right through here, and then put a ring on it, and I'll be a very happy man. Ay, ay, ay. My
And
God.
your daughter
My God. My friend said, you stopped working out? Yeah, I did. I stopped working out for 10 minutes. So you want a workout regimen? Because there was a guy over here saying a workout regimen. Okay, workout regimen. Train in the morning on an empty stomach. Never eat before you train. Do it in the morning. You'll make an excuse not to do it. If you don't do it in the morning, You'll make some sort of crazy excuse not to work out. So get it done first thing in the morning. Intermittent fast until about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Do not eat breakfast. Breakfast is just the Kellogg's cornflakes people created breakfast. Breakfast is not good. When you get up in years, it's better to fast at least till about noon, maybe 11 o'clock. I fast till 1 o'clock. My first meal is usually 1 o'clock. I exercise in the morning at 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm a little cuckoo. Um, I do some cardio every day. I actually work out resistance every day. I don't skip. I don't worry about recovery. I work out with weights and other kinds of movements, pull-ups and all kinds of push-ups and all kinds of calisthenics. I do everything every day. When you get to be 65 and you have a little difficulty with a certain I get sore, it doesn't matter. I still train anyway. I may be doing the wrong thing, but that's what I feel. I take very few supplements. At one time I took about maybe 150 supplements before I walked out of the house in the morning. Now I don't take anything because I'm having hard times. I can't really afford to buy these things, but I'm not taking any supplements right now. I do take um, that's wrong. I do take a couple of spoonfuls of fish oil, but I don't happen to have it right now. But I do take fish oil. But at one time, I took everything. I kept the health food stores in business. Let me tell you. And the creatine's a funny supplement. I'll tell you why creatine is a little. It can work for you. It can work against you. Creatine will kind of hide your definition to a certain extent. When you're taking creatine, you don't quite see like if you're looking for tries and you're looking for cuts, here and here and here and all, you're gonna lose a little bit of your definition, but you're gonna gain stamina, strength, and a little more size. Some people lose their hair from creatine. I happen not to have that thing. I do take creatine from time to time, but to tell you the truth, it makes a huge difference with some people, not so much with somebody else. And some people thrive on 5 grams, and some thrive on 10 grams. It depends. It really depends. Mark McGuire, human growth hormone was Mark McGuire's thing. Um, do you believe people will go off track when they turn away from God? I believe that God is a force in many people's lives, and if they lose that force, yeah, it's bad news. Yes, Mark McGuire actually was kind of like a beanpole before he juiced, and it was kind of like a beanpole. Before, no, I have my crown is coming out. That's what was happening before. Kind of like a beanpole before he. What's that? No, it's okay. Kinda like a beanpole, before he started juicing. Those Oakland A's, they did some serious, stuff. I mean, they actually, when I think of Canseco and McGuire, the first guy that did steroids that I saw clearly in the big leagues, I remember Brian Downing, the catcher for the White Sox, came to spring training maybe in 1979, and before he was very thin and he was huge. I remember Downing coming to spring training. Brian Downing, nobody will ever remember him juicing, but he juiced. Barry Bonds actually was a big testosterone user with the cream. That was his big thing. And Bonds should not be in the Hall. Bonds cheated. They say Bonds was great with the Pirates. Yeah, he was great, but he wasn't he went from here to there. His warning track power at times, increased, and that's all due to what he was taking. Um, I remember when the pitcher. Somebody asked me too who the greatest pitcher I ever saw was. The greatest pitcher. I was too young for Koufax. I was too young for Koufax. Gibson was Seaver, Ferguson Jenkins. For a short time, Ron Guidry. These were all wonderful pitchers that come to mind. So many, so many. J.R. Richards for a short time was fantastic. Sudden Sam McDowell. These people are coming to me. Jacob DeGrom. It was phenomenal. Doc Gooden. Um, yeah. They saw only the Jets and Ripken. Yeah, Ripken was interesting because he played even when he was injured, badly injured. I mean, there were times when Ripken was badly injured and he went out for the streak. He went out anyway. He wanted to get that Gehrig record. He was going to get it. Once you stop, think about it. You don't feel well one day. You have thousands of games under your belt, and you don't feel well one day, and you say to yourself, "I'm gonna blow the whole streak and stay and keep myself out of the ball game today. No way. I'm gonna go out there. I don't care if I'm dying. I'm going out there." Paul Molitor, great player, great player. Canseco, a big jerk, but good power hitter. Um, Brian Downing looking right through my window. Yeah. Mike Piazza. Piazza was juicing. At one time or another, I can't be true. Especially everybody's smoking weed outdoors, but yeah, I know it's terrible. All the weed smoking is terrible. Piazza, yeah, I mean, I've never smoked anything. I can't identify. I've never smoked pot. I can't. I've never smoked anything. I can't identify with these clowns. I'm sorry. Um, Piazza was a guy, very interesting guy. He came with orange hair one day, and you said he's a little off his rocker. But Piazza was a very straight, not sexually necessarily. I don't know what he was, but a very straight laced individual to a certain extent. His father was a big honcho. His father bought him a batting machine, and I think he had a nice little batting machine in his own basement, his own backyard for years. He groomed him to be the hitter he was. Piazza with the Dodgers was far better than when he was with the Mets. I mean, Piazza with the Dodgers, phenomenal. Yeah, I mean, I think he was hitting 320, 150 RBIs, 40 some odd home runs, if I'm not mistaken. Um, Ripken didn't play during the scab games, though. That something? That's a good point. During the strike era or the year, Ripken had some time off. You're right about that. Gehrig holds the record. The great Iron Horse, Gehrig. Today, I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth. The greatest speech of all time. Next to Sally Field. Sally Field was actually the greatest speech. They like me. You like me. You really like me. You like me. The flying nun. Gidget. The flying nun. You like me. Um, Mike only got drafted because of paper because he looks like a shit. Guess why he's right. Yeah, Mike was down in the draft. I think Mike was down there as far as draft goes. I think you're right about that. Yes, he was. Mike was way down there, way down there. Um, Piazza's a big heavy metal guy. It's good. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The worst, in my opinion, everybody, maybe the streak should not have counted. He didn't play. You make a good point. You have a point. I forgot about that. I forgot about the strike year coming into play. One of my favorite players, the greatest hitter that I've ever seen. I'll give you three: Tony Gwynn, George Brett, just pure hitter. George Brett, Tony Gwynn, Rod Carew. I'm talking about wake up in the middle of the night, walk out on the field, and go 4 for 4. That's what I'm talking about. Hey Ralph, this Stewart from Brooklyn. Notre Dame man, you spoke about the fasting before the workout. Okay, the thing is with the when you train in the morning, first of all, you can't make excuses for the rest of the day. Stewart, you can't if you put it off, chances are, and if you're Johnny Mathis, chances are, if you put it off, chances are you're not going to do it. If you wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning, if you're not training by 5:30, chances are, Johnny Mathis, that you'll never do it. And the feeling when I got older, when I got older, when I got much older, old, when I got older, I'll stop. When I got older, I couldn't train with any food in me. I could never do my job or never act or never go on the radio or never do anything with any food in me. I always had to have an empty stomach. When I trained, as I got older, when I hit 50, I found that I had to have an empty stomach in order to train properly. So I used to train in the late afternoon evenings, but I started to train in the mornings too. And since that's been about 15 years where I trained in the morning. Not that I never trained in the morning before that, I did, but I made it a habit to train in the morning about 15 years ago, and I've never stopped. I train every day. I do something, I do a lot every single day. I may do one workout an hour. I don't go more than an hour, usually not more than 45 minutes, but I may do 2 or 3 intervals throughout the day. Does your wife have what do you think of Gary Cooper playing Lou Gehrig? You know something? That film, Pride of the Yankees, um, Pride of the Yankees, um, the great Gary Cooper. When I was a kid, I enjoyed it. But the greatest sports movie that I've ever seen is probably Gene Hackman, Dennis Hopper, Hoosiers. That's my favorite sports movie, to be honest with you. Winfield signed for 10 million for 5 nothing, honey. When Dave Winfield signed, ridiculous back then to play a kids game for that amount. These guys are beyond spoiled. Yeah, yeah, I know. The salaries are ridiculous. It's funny. And my friend Beningo, is a good guy and everything, but he doesn't care how much people are paying for these players. And I get his drift. I know many people feel that way. When I hear these guys making these obscene salaries, when I hear these guys making what they're making, I turn around and I say, You mean no one's objecting to this?" And the owners, I understand. If you throw the owners at me, I certainly understand. The owners are raking it in. They are making mounds and mounds of money. Why shouldn't the players make the same money? I get your drift. I understand what you're talking about. But let's talk players for a minute. When the when Otani gets all that money deferred, you say, "Oh, what a wonderful guy. Oh my goodness, he's so wonderful. Look at him. He's so selfless. Oh, humble." Come on. He's going to get that money. And that money's a king's ransom. These players are not worth it. This is not baseball the way it should. I remember I think I heard or I read the first $100,000 ball player, I think was DiMaggio. I think the first $200,000 ball player, I think, was Johnny Bench. I think Johnny Bench in something like a 1972 made 200,000. I think the first player to make $1 million may have been Jose Canseco. It may have been Canseco. I think he was the first to make 1 million. I think so. The Hoosiers would be a champion team in college football. I think it was Reggie may have been Reggie. Reggie, I have a good Reggie story that I won't tell. It's too dirty. Ever see sports movie called yes, I did. De Niro in Bang the Drums? Yeah. I think it was somebody named Michael Moriarty. He played a catcher. He played a catcher, right? Yeah. I saw it maybe, I don't know, 45 years ago. I think I saw it. That was one of De Niro's first films. I think shortly after that, he made Mean Streets. And then I think he made Taxi Driver, but something in between that I can't remember. I think Taxi Driver was 76, something like that. Oh, you saw New York. Oh, you saw the seedy side of New York in Taxi Driver. That was what a fabulous film. And very strange. The hooker played by what's her name again? My gosh. What's wrong with me? Honey, the hooker in Taxi Driver. Um, what's her name again? Anyway, she played a 12-year-old hooker in that film. You can never get that was terrible. You can never get away with something like that today, and rightfully so. But the film, other than that, was Jodie Foster. The film, other than that, was just superb. You had Peter Boyle in that film, if you remember. You had you had Scorsese making a cameo. Yeah, he played that scene in the back of the taxi. I would go through that scene with you, but I'd get thrown off YouTube. I can't do that, but, yeah, Sybil Shepherd. That film, Taxi Driver, seemed to me to be 2 films. You had Sybil Shepherd and Albert Brooks in the campaign office. Then you had the other side of the film that was Keitel, De Niro, Foster, and everybody else on the street, in the taxi, uh, place. You had 2 different films. I thought campaign, um, scenes, the one in the campaign, headquarters, I thought they left a lot to be desired. I like the other side of the film a little bit better. I thought it was kinda like 2 different films. Felt like a TV movie when Sybil Shepherd was in the campaign headquarters. Then you got back to Harvey Keitel standing in the doorway and De Niro shooting him in the stomach. You remember. Um, the scene where Keitel dances with, yeah, the scene where Keitel dances with Foster. He says something in his Bronx accent. He says, "Oh, when I hold you so close." He's saying something like, "I hold you so close, just like that." Yeah, and he had a wig, I think. I don't think that was his hair. I think that was a wig. But yeah, and De Niro goes ape shit at the end of the film. He he just shoots everybody, and then he's a hero. The film has very little rhyme or reason, but it's just so grimy and seedy. That's a great film. Yeah, and William Bendix playing Babe Ruth. It's kind of like John Goodman playing Babe Ruth, which he did. It's kind of like Woody Allen playing Babe Ruth. William, the great Babe Ruth. Think of Babe if Babe actually played in today's baseball with those little spindly legs of his. Think about it. Um, as usual, somebody said as usual, I am incorrect. You notice how some people just can't stand you, no matter how nice you try to be, how funny and have some fun, they can't stand you. I'm telling you, I won't be able to sleep tonight, Tommy. As usual, I'm incorrect, Tommy. I won't be able to sleep. Please, Tommy, see it my way, Tommy. That film inspired the Reagan shooter. The guy was obsessed. I don't know which Tommy. I don't know who Tommy is. No. The film. Who are you thinking about? I don't know who that is. Um, Somebody giving us trouble. The film inspired the Reagan shooter. Yes, it was. He was obsessed with Jodie Foster. That creep shot Reagan, and Reagan was never the same. If you remember Reagan before he got shot in 81, it kind of propelled him into his Alzheimer's even further. If he wasn't starting, if he maybe perhaps he was starting, but after he got shot during his whole 7 years, 8 years, you didn't see the best of Ronald Reagan, believe it or not. I mean, he was no Joe Biden when it came to mental decline, but it wasn't the best Ronald Reagan because that creep had to go shoot him. Um, what? Yes. Okay, Joan, I appreciate it, Joan. Thank you so much. Thank you for being a member. There are certain videos that you can see if you're a member, and I appreciate that, Joan, so much. I'm not a person peddling things, but we can use the revenue. Let me tell you. Why'd you give up? I gave up taking supplements, Chris, because first of all, the cost was ridiculous, and secondly, you can't mix supplements willy nilly, randomly. It doesn't work. You can't just take what you think you need in large doses because maybe it's a trend. When they come in with this vitamin D thing, many people are very well off in vitamin D. They have no problem with vitamin D. There's no reason why they have to supplement with vitamin D. If you go get a blood test and your vitamin D is down, then you go and supplement or you go outside, get some sun. Although when you get older, it's hard to process. The sun does not convert into your vitamin D3, but you may need to supplement. But if you supplement, you have to know what you're doing. And to take 5,000, 10,000 units willy nilly, you got to be a little nuts. Don't do it. Don't just because you heard that vitamin D is essential and you'll feel better, you run out, you get 5,000 units or 10,000 units. Not a good idea. Not a good idea. And Pope John was shot. Yes, he was. The Pope Mobile came into New York City many, many years ago. I do remember the Pope Mobile going into Central Park. Pope John was well liked. Yes, he was. He had that little Kleenex box on his head, and he was well liked. He really had that garb, those robes. He was fantabulous. De Niro was in a movie, Score. Yeah, I didn't care for Score. I saw it, didn't care for it, but to each his own. Um, you talking to me? You're not talking to me. You're talking to me. By the way, they shot that in so many different sequences. Um, Scorsese shot that. Some people say Scorsese. I tried to be cool that time. I said Scorsese. It's Scorsese. You idiots. It's Scorsese. I said Scorsese myself. I'm humiliated. What was I going to say? Oh, that whole sequence. You talking to me? You talking to me? You talking to me? They kind of shot a little bit here, a little bit there, a little bit here, a little bit there. If you see the way they put it together, it's kind of it works really well, but it's kind of chronologically out of step, if you know what I mean. Um, God bless the Bronx Tale was never my movie either. I'm sorry, I'm not a Chaz Palminteri guy. I think Chaz is way overrated. I'm not a Chaz guy whatsoever. I don't have anything against Chaz. I don't know Chaz. If Chaz wanted to come on my channel, if anybody knows Chaz, get him on my channel. We'll put him on the channel. And he seems like a great guy. Nothing personal. I don't care for his acting necessarily. I'm not a big gangster movie kind of guy, but just I mean, I thought Chaz was best in Bullets Over Broadway, Woody Allen's film. You see, I'm partial to Woody Allen, as you see. But Bronx Tale was never my guy. My film. That guy, the kid with the Italian name, darn it, got into a heap of trouble. He was on scene for a murder. He was involved in a murder. He went to prison. He's out. I once tried to get him on the YouTube channel. Remember the kid that played in Bronx Tale, Sweetheart? That we tried to get. He has an Italian name. I can't remember his name. Um, no, 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 no. He was in Bronx Tale, the kid in Bronx Tale. Yeah. Lilo, Brancato. Brancato. Yes, yes, yes. I tried to get him. Yeah. Yeah, we did. But Oh, right, right. We had Joe. What's his last name? We had Joe from the Bronx Tale. Some Guinea name like mine. some Italian name ending in some Italian name ending in a vowel like mine. Um, a Sopranos guy. Yeah, I have never, until I met my wife, I never saw an episode of The Sopranos. I had no desire to watch The Sopranos. I don't care for The Godfather that much. It's a great film, no denying it. It's not my film. It's not my go-to film. It's not my Brando film. Brando's my guy, and I don't go to The Godfather to see Brando. I go to The Young Lions of the '60s. Great film with Monty Clift. I go to again, Streetcar Named Desire. I'll go to On the Waterfront. I'll go to Julius Caesar. That's how I'll go to the Wild One. I'll go to there's a great film that's very underrated, The Appaloosa. Um, that's when I want to go see Brando. But yeah. Um, anyway, the great Brando. He said, when Brando did that thing for The Godfather, he was uninsurable. They wanted no part of Marlon Brando in 1971. In 1970, Coppola got the idea from the book, of course, the great book by Puzo. He's going to make that film. He said, I want one guy, and the studio wanted to give him Robert Redford to play the James Caan role. They wanted to give him some stupid actor to play the Godfather, but he wanted to go with Brando, and Brando was kind of on the downside of his career. He was uninsurable, as I mentioned. They went to his California home, and he came out with big cotton balls stuffed in his cheeks, a big robe, and he had the hair. I had long hair at the time before he cut the hair for the Godfather. And he came out and he said, this character's he said, this character, I'm gonna ruin my voice. This character is like a bulldog. I'm patterning this guy after a bulldog. And the rest is history. Because Coppola would not direct that film unless he got Marlon. That's kind of the backstory. But I don't know. And Jerry, and that would have been wrong. What would have been yes, if somebody yes, Robert Redford. Robert Redford, the wasp of all wasps. I mean, the biggest wasp in the world. They're gonna stick him in The Godfather. But if you notice, The Godfather 1, the original, the only one that's any good. I don't care for the second one. I know many people enjoy the second one. The third one's a debacle. The third one's a cult classic because it's so bad. The second one is I don't care for it. It has the storied acting teacher, Strasberg. I get it. He does a good job. It's fun to see him, the guru, the acting guru, actually acting himself. That's fun. It wasn't a great film. I didn't think it was a great film. Godfather 1 was a great film, just not my cup of tea. But it was Pacino's film. It turned out to be Pacino's film. And nobody knew who Pacino was. They would mispronounce his name, Pacino. Can you imagine calling Pacino Pacino? That's what they called Pacino, Pacino. People said, who's in that film? Who's this guy you have in this film? The principal in this film. The film revolves around this guy. Who is this guy? That's some guy, Al Pacino. That's the way it went down. But if you notice, Brando spends time in that film in the hospital, and you don't see Brando all that much for a long period of time in that film. You see Jimmy Kahn, you see, and Pacino just takes over the film, and you have Diane Keaton, you have the other one I can't think of, the great who played the attorney again, the great actor. Yeah, and you know something? There was something about that film. It's magical. It's iconic. It's something you'll never see again. It's the wrong time. You'll never see it again. But it was in the works for quite some time. but the book, yeah, Robert Duvall. Thank you. Duvall, fantastic. Duvall was great in something called The Apostle. If you want to see the best of Duvall, see The Apostle. Um, um, yeah, Pacino. I like Pacino in Dog Day Afternoon. I like Pacino in Scent of a Woman. I like Pacino in Serpico. I like Pacino in many, many films. Fantastic actor. But he became kind of a caricature. I don't know what he became, but if you see him now, you say, "Ow, please," with the hair dye. Um, yeah, Heat was not my film. Heat was never my film. I'll tell you some films that come to mind that I love. Quiz Show with Ray Fiennes. Just random films. I love I love The Horse Whisperer with Redford. I love Quiz Show was Redford's director. It was his baby. He directed Quiz Show. He also directed Ordinary People in 1980, which was fabulous. Um, I love East of Eden, 1955, James Dean. I love Five Easy Pieces. I love Cuckoo's Nest. I love American Beauty. I love Rachel, believe it or not. Go check that out. I love so many films, but they come to mind. Pacino today, he's kind of a yeah, he's a little bit cringy, but when you get old, you get kind of something happens when these guys get old. You know, they break out the hair dye and it's all over. I've dyed my hair for certain things, but there has to be a reason. If I'm ever going to dye my hair, it's not going to be I'm not gonna dye my hair anytime soon, but I'm saying there would have to be a reason. Somebody have to pay me some money to dye my hair, but, it just makes you look older. The Sting is a great film, and by the way, the Newman films, the great Paul Newman, The Verdict, of course, Cool Hand Luke, of course, HUD, fantastic films, all those films. Easy Pieces, just tremendous. Karen Black, tremendous, tremendous. I'm thinking what else I mean, there's so many. Dolores Claiborne, with Kathy Bates. Misery with Kathy Bates, one of my favorites. Hey, the TV film, the sports film, if you wanna talk sports films, nothing beats Hoosiers maybe, but nothing beats Brian's Song. Brian's Song in 1971 with James Caan, heck of an actor. All the President's Men, no doubt about it. Oh my goodness. What was that, 1976? Redford and Hoffman, what's that, honey? Fantastic. Thank you. Thank you, Harry. Harry, appreciate you becoming a member. Anybody that wants to become a member, please do so. You can see some good material here. It's very cheap. And by the way, I want to build this. Tell your friends. I want to build this. I don't want to just make it just about radio. I do those radio bits because I know people enjoy that kind of thing. But I enjoy it too. But I'm not riveted to the radio. I just know a great deal about radio. I'm not listening to these guys 24 hours a day, contrary to your opinion. But absence of malice, Sally Field, the great Paul Newman. Newman was great, but he was no Brando. You know how the Hustler was as good as it gets. Oh my goodness. Cool Hand Luke, as good as it gets. His tour de force, The Verdict in the 80s, as good as it gets, but he still was no Brando. I said The Verdict, yes. Thanks for paying attention. I did. I said The Verdict maybe 9 times. Um, Loved your interview. Oh, and by the way, Richard Neer and I, he changed his number on me. I have a good interview with Richard Neer that I did on my radio show. If you want to check it out, all you Richard Neer fans out there that have missed our friend Richard because he's so tremendous and such a nice, relaxing. I don't mean sleepy. Don't give me that he makes you fall asleep. He's not everybody's cup of tea. He's a heck of a radio host, heck of a nice guy. I'm trying to get him to do a podcast with me. I do a podcast. I guess you can call it a podcast. I do a special show with Michael Riedel the host from WOR. We do that once a week. He's had something happen. He had to take a hiatus, so we're going to do it again this week, Riedel. I do a lot of different things with Joe Beningo. He comes on. I do there's so many good things. I have so many musicians and writers, authors, all kinds of musical guests, all kinds of TV personalities, all kinds of movie personalities right here on Romeo TV. You can see them all. Great stuff. Great stuff. Um, the Western Hombre, I'm not aware of that. Yeah, yeah, Rich oh, by the way, Richard Neer, trying to get a hold of him again. I wanna do at least a weekly show together, maybe on a Saturday. That would be great, so you can watch the way you used to listen on FAN, because when Joe finishes his program at 7 o'clock, Richard and I can get on at 8 o'clock or maybe even 7 o'clock and begin our program. I'm trying to get a hold of Near, and I think he'll do it. Oh, and I got in touch with Jay Diamond for those who care. Jay Diamond and I talked for about an hour last week. I had never talked to Jay before. He was impossible to get a hold of. My friend Richard Bay, that you can find his about 5 or 6 or 7 interviews, myself and Richard Bay, the TV, the TV icon on the station, on the channel. I talked with Richard. He gave me Jay Diamond's number. I talked to Jay Diamond last Sunday out in the car for about an hour. I just meant to talk to him for 10 minutes. We talked for an hour. He agreed to come on, but he doesn't want to show his face. He actually wants just the audio on his side. So you'll be looking at my face, but you won't be looking at his face. So we're trying to do that. Who would Okay, thank you. Who would want to have Jay Diamond? Because Jay Diamond, big time talent. Jay Diamond is as good as it gets. And by the way, excuse me, Jay did that 180. Jay was to the right of the John Birch Society. Let me sit back a minute because it's really again a draft right there. You can still hear me, I'm sure. Jay was way over his Bob Grant days, way over here. That's my right. That's your left. Maybe I should do this. It's my right. Jay Diamond was way over here, and he did that proverbial 180. And my God, my God, he's to the left of anybody you know. He's to the left of Bernie Sanders. What's a pseudo sports film? Has anybody seen the movie Inside Moves with John Savage? No, I've never seen that. Sports films generally aren't any good. We've been on for a while. Sports movies are generally not my cup of tea. What was the movie with Field of Dreams? Excellent film. Very nice. Very heartwarming. Wonderful film. James Earl Jones, the late James Earl Jones, was fantastic in the film. Burt Lancaster was tremendous. Ray Liotta, who's passed away, he died the way everybody wants to die, in his sleep. In his sleep. Diamond went far to the left. Yeah, Diamond, as Diamond's talking to me on the phone last Sunday, we spent a half hour. I spent a half hour listening to him destroy Donald Trump. Take apart verbally Donald Trump. So you got to watch what you wish for, because if I put Jay on my channel, most of you guys are on the right. Most, not all. Most, I'd say about 65% are on the right. You're not going to like what Jay Diamond has to say within the first 5 minutes. I guarantee you, because Jay is not pulling any punches, and Jay's speaking his mind, and it's not conservative radio. Let me tell you that. Ray Liotta, yeah, Union High School. That's right, New Jersey. I'm a New Jersey guy, Paterson, New Jersey. The great Leota, the best thing he ever did, I guess, was Goodfellas. How much do you like Goodfellas, sweetheart? 1 to 10, what would you give Goodfellas? An 8, okay. My wife, Cindy, gives Goodfellas a solid 8. Give me a movie, I'll give you a 1 to 10 rating. Goodfellas for me is a 6. Um, Farmers? But many people do think I suffer from TD. The thing is, I don't worship anybody. I don't hate Trump. I don't adore Trump. I don't worship anybody. And everything in this country has come down to the president. We have never discussed the president more so than we do now. It's a little bit ridiculous when you say where every conversation at every dinner table, in every workplace, we have to get around to talking about who's on what side. Gets a little nuts. Gets a little nuts. What's that, honey? No, there was a time you could not bring religion to the dinner table or the workplace. You were out of bounds if you did that, but the best Scorsese, yeah, that's true. Last Temptation of Christ, the best Scorsese film. I like the film. Ray played, same character. Yeah, he wasn't very versatile. He was solid, not very versatile. Some actors can stretch, and some can't. Some transform and some can't. Some play themselves very successfully. I'm thinking of a guy who played Robert Redford played himself for the most part. These guys played themselves. We talked Redford before. That's why I bring him up. The great Robert Redford, dead. I remember the Twilight Zone episode with Redford. Um, a young Redford, blonde hair. Maybe he's about in this Twilight Zone. He may be about 25. Just go and see that. What happened? Trump's term is over. Nothing in the dark. I don't know that one. Who's in that? Elephant. Who's in that? Who's in Nothing in the Dark? Yeah. Jay Diamond did a great Al Sharpton. No doubt about it. Mrs. Naragaro, yeah. Oh, okay. Um, okay. No, I don't know that film. I don't know that film. But Redford, All the President's Men, the great Dustin Hoffman, of course. Rich Little is still doing impersonation. Rich Little Richard, well, I have no call in. You can't call in. I don't have it set up. You just have to send me messages. No call in. I'm sorry. When I'm back on the radio again, we have our call ins, but I'm no call in. My favorite Leota film was oh, by the way, I'm looking for sponsors. Um Sponsors once again for the radio program. By the way, incidentally, I do things on Zoom. I do fitness seminars and fitness I do workouts, in-home workouts, nutrition, counseling on Zoom. So if you want to get in on that, I'll tell you how to do that very inexpensively. I'm not going to, take a ton of your money for that, but it's a very, very good way to get in shape when you have a trainer right there for you and giving you advice and prompting you through your workout and somebody with a head on his shoulders that's not going to kill you in the first 3 weeks, which is ridiculous. So if you're into training and you want some good advice, good motivation, I've been doing the fitness thing for I think I've been doing the fitness thing since 1928, if I'm not mistaken. 1928. I think my first client was Harry Houdini. He wanted to get stronger before he got punched in the stomach and died. Um, but loved Copland. Never saw Appaloosa the movie. Now, Appaloosa the movie, they say Brando mailed it in. The Appaloosa. I don't know if that's the same movie you're talking about. You just said Appaloosa, the movie. The Appaloosa with Brando and oh my God, why can't I? The guy played a Mexican. He was a white guy play Saxon, John Saxon. The Appaloosa, shot maybe 1964, 65, something like that. They say Brando mailed it in. To me, I love the film. Brando is half-assed in the film, but to me, I love the film. This is a different Appaloosa. I'm talking about something called the Appaloosa. I'm a big Brando guy. The Appaloosa in 1965, 66, something like that. John Saxon played a wonderful Mexican when white guys could actually play Mexicans without taking it on the chin, without being destroyed, you know? Yeah, you know. It's called acting. It's called acting. Um, Chris Moore was Devil's. Yeah, Chris Moore is a good radio guy. Chris Moore got the shaft at FAN, but you know what it was? Chris Moore was too esoteric, too out there on the air for most people. Me, I enjoyed Chris Moore because I'm out there. So I enjoyed Chris Moore, but Chris Moore got the shaft on FAN. I mean, you can't just keep employing everybody. Somebody's got to get fired. Somebody's got to get let go. I know people come and go. I understand. But Chris Moore was good, but he brought to sports something very interesting, humanity. He brought humanity to sports. That's very interesting. These are about people, you know? Sopran Yeah, the great cat The Sopranos never did it for me, as I mentioned before. Sly Stallone, Keitel, is that ki my friend Ray Johnson, who is a subscriber and a great guy, my friend Ray Johnson, he always tells me, "You gotta see Copland. You gotta see Copland. You must see Copland." Should I see Copland? Is Copland necessary? I think he is. Um, yeah, Artie the restaurant owner. Um, yeah, Alice, eh what's that? What is that, huh? Oh, The Sopranos, okay. Um, I never thought too highly of the lead character. What's his name again? Gandolfini, I never got it with him. I mean, he fit right into that role if you and all the psychiatry, stuff that I heard about. I don't know, never cared for it. The great You think if I watch it? Yeah. Yeah, you might be right. You might be right. Um, um, Orson Welles should have played Orson Welles, John Madden. Yeah, the great Orson Welles, by the way. Now you're talking. You bring up Orson Welles, now you're talking. I mean, you're talking Citizen Kane, but not just Citizen Kane. You're talking War of the Worlds, but not just War of the Worlds. You're talking the great Orson Welles. Oh, my gosh. When I think of Orson Welles, I think of his troupe, his acting troupe. I think of Agnes Moorehead. The great Agnes, do you know? That's a blast from the past. Agnes Moorehead was in that troupe, and they did some wonderful things together. Um, Tony Sirico, who played Paulie Walnut's husband, was a mob associate. Yeah, he was the real McCoy, right? Right? He was the real McCoy. Yep. Touch of Evil. Who's in Touch of Evil besides the obvious? Somebody with a red tail and horns. How are you, Doc? What's happening there, Doc? This guy calls himself documenting America. I just call him Doc because I know him so well. Heston. Oh, Chuck Heston. Charlton Heston. Charlton Heston was a hell of an actor. A hell of an actor. A fine actor. He got a bad rap because he was so conservative in his later years. Chuck Heston was never conservative in his early years. He kind of morphed into that. But who cares, you know? He was big on the NRA, whatever was he the president of the NRA? I have no idea. But he had a bad toupee at the end. But Charlton Heston, and he fell into Alzheimer's. It was terrible, dementia. But Charlton Heston was a heck of an actor. Talk about presence on camera. Talk about a voice. Talk about gravitas. Talk about, that's an actor. Chuck Heston. Um, Ralph, you're in great shape. Do you eat fast food? No, I don't eat fast food. I tell you what I eat. Basically, basically what I eat, eggs, turkey, fine, not cold cuts, but turkey, a little bit of chicken for protein. I do eat the occasional red meat, not that often. Not that I wouldn't eat it more often. I just happen not to eat it very often. Um, I don't my beautiful wife is a wonderful cook, but when I'm not cooking, she's cooking, but she does much more complicated stuff. I went for 60 some odd years. My wife and I just got married it's gonna be 4 years in April, actually, so it's close to 4 years now. But I was single for a long time, and, I cooked everything I ate. I never ate out, very rarely did I eat out or take out or anything like that. I like Cindy's cooking, of course. She's very, very, intricate in the way she makes her stuff. But anyway, I have yes. Oh, right, and there's 2 videos you wanna see Cindy whip up something. Right on my channel, you'll see Cynthia Romeo do her thing, but I don't eat starchy vegetables. I eat, a lot of greens and a lot of, broccoli, cauliflower, asparagus, Brussels sprouts, these type of vegetables, not the starchy kind like corn and peas, not really. I try to lay off the pasta, although I had a lot of pasta yesterday. Any kind of any kind I did really a lot of I am Italian, right? Any any kind of this thing, sorry. Any kind of any kind of pasta, wheat does not agree with me. Not really. Oatmeal, which is a staple in the bodybuilding world, does not agree with me. I'm I can get a little bit deeper into the nutrition aspect of everything. Again, we do these things. I do these Zoom. I have some clients on Zoom that I advise nutritionally and exercise. It's a great thing if you want to come aboard, get in contact with me. By the way, should I give my email for that contact? What's a good contact to give so people, because I see some people are interested. If people want to do the online fitness, online nutrition. Okay, we're gonna get the email for you. I've tried the broccoli and cauliflower. They take no, not really. I mean, the thing is, and also, I'm not a big, like I said, not a big. My body craves carbohydrates, but I can't handle the heavy duty carbohydrates, rice, pasta. I can't handle it any longer. I eat fruit, low glycemic fruit, mostly berries, mostly blackberries, blueberries, raspberries, um, those types of fruit for the most part. And yeah, Miss O'Hara passed away. Yes, she did. Uh, okay, our friend, we have it. Okay, Geo and anybody else that wants to get on board here with my nutrition advice and my exercise advice. What's the email, sweetheart? Okay, the email is right in the comments, but let me say it anyway. Mhm. Romeo, very easy. No dots in there. Romeo Radio Show at gmail.com. I used to have a different email, but now we have this one. That's why I wasn't aware. Romeo Radio. What is it? Romeo Radio Show at gmail.com. Romeo Radio, very easy. Romeo Radio Show at gmail.com. If you want to do that, those home fitness workouts that I provided, been in that business off and on for God, many, many years. Many, many years. No, eggplant is really unusual. I'll have eggplant sometimes. Not one of my go-to vegetables, to be honest with you. Not one of my go-to vegetables. What else? As far as the foods I used to tolerate pretty well, like oatmeal, which is a good carbohydrate for weight training. I don't tolerate this kind of thing anymore very well. My blood sugar rises. and then it drops, and it drops drastically that it kind of puts me in a coma. And I'm not exaggerating. That's what happens to me. Same thing happens with a bowl of pasta. Same thing happens with brown rice with me. But yet, if I have vegetables, I mean, if you see, I'm lean, lean as can be, as lean as, you can be for 65, and I'm holding a lot of muscle mass. I don't do any steroids. I've never done steroids, not because I'm a goody two shoes. It's just because it's so far out of my realm, I never even considered it. I don't, I'm not on TRT, no testosterone enhancers, no hormone treatments, nothing, no HGH, nothing, nothing, nothing. I take nothing. I just maintain because I train all the time and I don't take many days off at all. If even one, once in a blue moon, I'll take a day off. It's one every maybe 5, 6 weeks, and that's the truth. It's just part of my whole persona, part of my routine. I can't go a day without exercise for the most part. Um, I thought bad free and Jim, what's happening there, good buddy? My friend Harry's out there, and no vices, Ralph. No, no, actually, I no. I mean, as far as the vices like smoking, drugs, again, I'm not not because I'm holier than thou. Believe me, I got my warts. Oh my god, I got my faux pas. Believe me, I've never smoked anything in my life. I've never put a cigarette or any kind of pot anywhere, any
I can hear you swallowing.
anywhere.
He's like, "Oh."
And I can't even say it anywhere near me. It disgusts me. A lot of times as an actor, they made me want to make me smoke on stage. Never, I always got out of it. I always con the director and bribe the director or kind of weasel my way out of smoking. Never once did I ever smoke. So I don't smoke. I don't drink. I've never tasted alcohol. You don't have to believe me. I don't care if you believe me. I'm just stating facts. I've never put alcohol to my lips. I've never drank. I've never smoked. No drugs whatsoever. I'm afraid of drugs. It's just not my thing. I have other things, I guess, but those are not my vices, you know. And by the way, sugar, you know what's funny with sugar? The more you eat, the more you crave. You're not going to lessen your craving if you try to satisfy yourself by gorging. You're not going to lessen, you're going to want more. You have If you have a half a pound of pasta, about 1 hour will pass and you'll want another half a pound of pasta. That's the way the body works. That's the way the brain craves that's the way the satisfaction kind of part of the brain there just is it's so psychological, but yet it's actually you are craving, but there's something about gorging yourself with those types of foods that you just want more and more and more. But you know this, I'm sure you know this from past experience, but you just want more and more and more. But if you push that out of your diet, not in one fell swoop, because if you push that out in one fell swoop, chances are in a week's time you'll be back. It's kind of like going off the wagon and getting back on the wagon, going off the wagon with alcohol. People, I know people that have battled that disease forever. I understand that. Sugar is like cocaine, but sugar is it's I guess it's easier to get. I guess you can get whatever you want, but it's just it's a dead end street. It does so much damage to your just you cannot function on that type of diet. You have no idea what you're capable of if you're eating poorly. If you're eating a sugar laden diet and all you eat is just junk and junk and junk and sweets and sweets and sweets, you have no idea what kind of effect it has on your brain, of course, your body, that goes without saying. You have no idea what you can do, what you can accomplish if you only just change your eating habits. And not in one fell swoop. You have to kind of, like, if you were on drugs for 40 years, to get off those drugs, you don't just go cold turkey. Same thing with sugar. It is the same exact thing. You'll actually crave sugar. You want to kill somebody in the beginning. That's why you have to wean yourself off little by little. But a cookie sounds good, right? Who said that? Oh, my baby. Okay, yeah, it does. You could do a vlog on sleep issues, and you know something? The sleep issues that I have, I have to get them addressed. Now, I tried some apparatuses in the mouth a few times to no avail. Bad idea. Um, but I have to get them addressed. And you know something? What's funny? You mentioned a sugar high. Who's that? Harry. Harry's a good guy, by the way. You mentioned a sugar high, Harry. I never get the sugar high, Harry. I never get the sugar high. I can eat 3 Milky Ways and a Hershey's bar and a Twix, which I never would, and I don't get the sugar high, but I will crash and come down and be comatose. Comatose. And that's the truth. That's the truth. Yeah, I do use creatine. I do use creatine, but stevia is not. Yeah, I do use stevia in my coffee in the morning. Yes, I do. And by the way, I had never drank a cup of coffee up until I had a little health problem that some quack doctor told me that coffee would maybe help me, and I started to drink coffee 1 cup in the morning usually, no more than that. On a rare occasion, I'll have one more, rarely 1 cup in the morning. I started drinking coffee about 4 years ago. I had never tasted coffee in my entire life until that day, until that fateful day when that doctor got me hooked on coffee. Um, how about some Ritas, Ralph? I don't know what Ritas are. What's a Rita? I don't know. I eat wild salmon every day. And by the way, um, recently I didn't add fish in my diet, which I love salmon. I love a lot of fish, but you got to watch with the tuna. The tuna is Mercury City. You don't want your tuna too often. And that's the problem. Tuna is very convenient. If you get it in the can, you get the good quality tuna here and there, the fresh tuna. You're getting a ton of mercury. You are the way the waters are, and it's always been this way with the tuna. You should kind of steer away from tuna if you know what's good for you. And you do. Salmon is a great source of protein. Fabulous fish. All right, I'm gonna bang it up. I'm gonna bang it up. What's that email again? So people can go to it, honey. Okay, the email is right there. It's Romeo, I got it. Romeo Radio Show at gmail.com. If you want to get in touch for any reason, if you want to take me up on those fitness sessions, they're fantastic. I am the best trainer in the United States. There's no doubt about it. At 65 years old, I am the best trainer in the United States and the best nutrition counselor you'll ever have. Trust me on that. Romeo Radio, and that's not why I did this video, but why not? Romeo Radio Show. Romeo Radio Show at gmail.com. And by the way, I'm about to make my return to the radio. And if you want to sponsor the Ralph Romeo program on a couple of stations in New York, if you want to sponsor, you want to promote your business on my radio show or on my YouTube channel, please get in touch. Romeo Radio Show at gmail.com. Romeo Radio Show at gmail.com. We'll get your product I'll sell your product. I mean, whatever you have, whether it be a car dealership to I don't know.
I'll sell your product. Trust me on that. Okay, it was great. I had a great time. I had a great time. Yes, please support me because I support you. And by the way, every kind I have an athletic supporter on that's bothering me. I've never worn an athletic supporter. I played every sport known to man, sweetheart. Every sport ever a man ever invented, and I have never worn one of those jock straps. All right. Make sure you Hagen Dazs, Chet. You got here too late, Chet. Luigi, Amalolo. Get in touch. Take it easy, everybody. Luigi, Amadu, Namanana. Take, take, oh, take it easy. It was good having you.